Hi, this is Monica from Add a Little Dazzle, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to create this beautiful poinsettia image using our new stencil line. So stay tuned. To begin this process, we need to prep the stencil. Now our stencil's etching right here, and you're going to flip that over to the other side. Then you're going to take the Hawaiian soap and you're going to rub it against the back of the stencil until it is completely coated with the soap. And this creates a barrier so that when you attach the stencil to the adhesive sheet, it will not stick and you will be able to peel it off. And so you're going to make sure that it is nice and covered. Now once you've done that, you're going to flip it over and you're going to notice that there's some of the soap in there. So you're going to take a brush with a hard bristle and you're just going to clean that off. You want to make sure that all of that is removed, because if not, those will be areas where you will not be able to get the glitter in. And so just go ahead and clean it off real good. And so then once we've done this, we're ready to attach this piece to our adhesive sheet. So here's my adhesive sheet that I've cut to size to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to peel the backing just very carefully. And then I'm going to place it right there. And make sure that you get all the pieces off, and the backing is placed diagonally to make it easier to remove, but you do have to make sure on the edges. And so once you have that there, you're going to attach this stencil to your adhesive sheet, making sure that the side with the etching right there is sticking up. And so there it is, nice and attached. I want to make this poinsettia in different tones. So as you see here in my card, these areas were green, red, and gold. So I'm going to begin by taping off any areas where I don't want the red glitter to touch. So I'm just going to put it right there, and you just got to play with it a little bit to just make sure that you've covered that area. And I like having this cardboard underneath because it gives me an area in which to work. And this cardboard pieces come with your Add a Little Dazzle metal sheet orders, and so you'll have some cardboard with which to work with. Okay, as you can see here, I've gone ahead and taped the areas where I don't want my red glitter to adhere to. But first I'm going to start with the center, and because it's such a small area, I don't care if it spills a little bit, but with these controlled fine glitters I'm able to actually make sure of where it falls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit and place it right there in the center, and then I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to pat it in. Like I said, if it goes off a little bit, I'm not worried about that because it's just so minimal. And you can just pat it down in there so that the glitter will adhere to the adhesive sheet underneath. So now I'm going to take my red glitter and I'm going to start pouring it over the areas that I want. And you don't have to go too heavy, because what you're going to be able to do is go back and just rub it in, tap it in. And you're just going to go in there and just put it in. Now, if you need more, like I do right here, then just come back, pour some in, and then I take the rest and oops, I move it around. Now as you saw, my stencil moved there, but because the adhesive sheet is attached to the stencil, there was no problem there. So there we go again. There we go. And there we go. Get it all in there nice and pretty. And then I'm going to flip it over to just remove some of that glitter, as you can see there. Now if you want to clear off some more of that area, just take your brush and do that just before you go to the next step. And if you feel like you need a little bit more coverage as far as the glitter, then just take some more and pat it in. Okay, so I've taken care of the main focal image, my poinsettia. I've done the center part, and now I'm going to do my leaves. So I'm going to take this adhesive and I'm going to remove it. And as you saw, I cleared the glitter first, which is great because that way none of it will accidentally fall into that area that I'm now going to glitter in green. It may a little bit, but that's not a big deal. But you don't want a big amount to fall in there. And so now I'm going to remove that right there. Come in with my green and just pour some in there and there and there. You can see again, just tapping it in. Making sure that that glitter is adhering to my adhesive sheet. And then I'm going to flip it over. And there is my poinsettia. For the finishing touch, I am going to use some dazzling diamonds. And so I'm going to carefully flip this over, take it from one edge, and just get a little handle there. This is where you actually see the magic. So I'm peeling it off, and look at that beautiful poinsettia that I just created. But I still have all these outer areas that have adhesive that have no glitter on it. So this is where I'm going to come in with my dazzling diamonds, and I'm going to go over it. And the dazzling diamonds will only stick to the areas that does not have the colored glitter. And so it really creates a beautiful effect on the card. And so I'm patting it all in to make sure that the dazzling diamonds adheres to the sticky areas. And then I'm just going to grab it and carefully pull it out, and look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now you have this beautiful poinsettia piece. Now when I made this card, I made this piece just a little bit bigger so that it can cover my stencil completely. And as you see, I have a little bit of a gap right there. So once you finish this, you can go in there and trim it off with your cutter just very carefully, and you can see how beautiful that effect is on there. And so now what you're going to do is you're going to take this paper, snail adhesive on the back of it or directly on the cardstock, and then you're just going to mat it right there. And then to finish this card, I took a piece of Add a Little Dazzle Golden Glimmer metal sheet, and I embossed it with the Pretty Poinsettia embossing folder, attached it, and created a beautiful centerpiece with a tag. And I have a simple yet beautiful and stunning card for this holiday season. You can purchase products to create this card at our Add a Little Dazzle store, and the link is right here. There you will find our large poinsettia stencil, our adhesive sheets, along with our 18 different colors of Add a Little Dazzle craft metal sheets. If you have any questions, please please feel free to email me at monica@addalittledazzle.com, and I invite you to come back as we have some exciting last-minute do-it-yourself Christmas projects. Check us out on YouTube, on Pinterest, on Facebook. Stay up to date on the latest of what's going on. Thanks, and have a dazzling day.